Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I'm glad you guys are doing good. How am I feeling? Well, to be real, I've not been feeling great the past few days. I made a half-joking tweet about it on Twitter, but I have a condition. What do you call it? Like, I never pronounce it correctly. Endometriosis. Essentially, trigger warning for talk about lady parts. There is basically like similar tissue to what's inside the uterus outside of it. So when the time of the month comes along, it's bleeding like that. It would shed like that, like the inner uterine lining, but because it's not in there, it doesn't really come out, and it causes extreme pain. Some people have extreme pain all the time. Mine flares up bad when I'm having my time of the month. And it's also makes me extremely tired and nauseous and lethargic. It's not fun. And you guys already know that I am a professional tummy ache haver due to my chronic gastritis and all my gastrointestinal things that I've been trying to fix this year. So it's not been, I'll be real, it's not been too fun being Christine Marie today and the past few days. But, you know, I'm trying to make it through, and everything, and honestly, I really just want to do some doodles. I decided to stream earlier than I usually do, to benefit the East Coaster people, and also I feel like that gives me more time, and if I do need to end early, at least it's not like in the middle of the night. Because I'm fine just doing a lot of doodle streams this month. It wouldn't be a big deal to me, and doing doodles offline to complete them. Like, if a doodle's not done on stream, that doesn't mean I don't finish them, you know? But yeah. So yeah, if you haven't been here before, thank you. Yeah, so next time we'll just call it, Donation Doodles Part 3 or something. But yeah. If you've never been here before, Donation Doodles is basically, I still have that saying donate to Sarah. That's not donate to me. There we go. The more you donate to my Ko-Fi or Streamlabs, the more complex your drawing will be. So if you do $5 to $10, you get a simple sketch. 15 to 20 gets you a black and white ink drawing. 25 to 30 gets you flat colored ink drawing, and then 31 plus gets you a shaded piece. All this money is going to help me buy items for Cider Fest and everything, because that's coming up, and I've already ordered a few items for it, and god, that shit gets pricey. And it only gets pricier the longer you wait, you know? And I still need to buy like some acrylic charm stuff and shadow box frames and things like that, so any little bit helps, honestly. But yeah, so I have a blank canvas for some new doodles, and I also have this this canvas to do some of the ones from the previous streams. I understand. The time where people tend to contribute to the Ko-Fi the most and stuff is when I'm streaming. Like, that's not a slight towards anyone, that's just how it is. Because I've said on my socials that I'm sick and I don't feel good. But if streaming and providing something in return is what, you know, gets you the returns, then it's what I gotta do. Yes, I think Ducker J donated for that one, Missy. But anyways, so we're just gonna get started. And let's start with Verosica. I know that this one was requested last time. Need to get a reference for her. Let's just put her... Oh, cool. Love that. Let's try that again. There we go. Close enough. Hi, Marilix. How are you doing? All right. So let's get started. People, the Ko-Fi and the Streamlabs are in the description of the stream. At least I'm pretty sure they are. They are good. And yeah, if you want to get a doodle, just donate through those. Yeah, Jack Skellington in Fortnite. I love how everyone on the socials are just like, he's not twig enough. He's not enough of a little twig boy. Which is true, he is a skeleton. But you know what that means, if, like, because Nightmare is a Disney owned property, Disney adjacent at least, so this is the first step forward to us getting, like, animated Disney characters in Fortnite. We can get Cinderella with an Uzi. God, she has weird hair. Amphibio shotgun. Oh, that'd be great. I mean, it's not insulting Jack Skellington. He can't really be insulted. He's not real. She has like a really puffy jacket. So did you guys hear that we're getting a Bad Guys 2? Yeah, they just announced that today. Yeah, we're getting a Christmas special, and we're getting Bad Guys 2. I mean, the Christmas special has been announced for quite a bit. I'm just very excited. And anyone who's not excited, well, I bet someone shat in your cereal. I mean, that doesn't happen often for the holiday specials when it comes to these things, because they're basically TV productions. You saw something that says the animation looks off when it's just a still image. I mean, people have been saying the animation in Wish looks bad, and most of the time they're looking at either compressed footage or still images. People don't know what they mean. They think they're smart, but they're not. Also, it's moving to, like, TV grade. And before people are like, the Shrek ones don't look TV grade, watch the movie and then watch the Halloween specials and stuff. Yeah, that was like a Cartoon Network Latin America ad, I think. God, you don't notice how weird it is that Vivzy characters don't have noses until you draw them. I was in another server, so.
Oh. I only know of this one.
Now I'm here. I have to fix my PNG tuber though.
Okay.
But yes, guys, it's Chris. Chris is here. Wow.
I'm here. Already a question that I think is amusing because, ask Chrissy, would have Has-Been Hotel be on Prime or it still be on HBO Max?
They announced it would be on. What are you talking about?
They announced it was on Prime, and also, do you think Chrissy works at Spindle Horse?
I do not.
Like, what?
As much as I'm flattered that you think that I would, I am not.
Yes, she is not.
But also, this is a question you can have answered by just Googling.
Google. Why do you need Christy specifically to answer it?
Imagine, like, Alexas, right? But you can get custom voices for them.
Yeah.
You know, like how you get, like, the Snoop Dogg GPS.
I remember those. Tom-toms.
Yeah, but that with Alexas and people be getting like their favorite YouTubers and stuff to be their Alexa voice.
Oh, God, could you imagine like the hours you'd have to spend recording? Like, because how do you record stuff like that? Do you record like sounds and not words?
I mean, how do they record Siri and stuff like that? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it just becomes a point of like synthesization when it comes to this stuff.
It has to.
But I'm just imagining someone having like, you know, like a like a Jimmy one.
Mr. Beast.
And it's like, Mr. Beast, how much flour should I use in this bread mix? And then he's like, I use 6 cups of flour to make this bread.
Mr. Beast has like it feels like he got his whole persona from the Flex Tape guy.
It's like Flex Tape and Billy, like
what, Billy Mays?
Yeah, very infomercial.
Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays here to bring you Stay in the Hole.
Billy Mays here to fuck your wife.
Hi, I'm Billy Mays. Here's my belt. Here's a gun. Figure it out. Hi, Billy Mays here with the Mafia. No one's donated yet. I'm sad.
I would donate, but I'm in the red.
I know, I saw your tweet.
I don't even know what happened.
Did you have a pre-order that you forgot about?
No, because I don't have any pre-orders right now. I haven't had a pre-order in months, especially since, you know, I moved. But the biggest frustration is that the refund that I'm entitled to with the eBay situation is, it says you'll get your refund in 3 to 5 business days. Why can't I just get it now? Like,
it took you only a few minutes to take it out.
Yeah, exactly. It took you a few seconds to take it from me. It's gonna take you days to put it back. Like, come on, let's be logical here.
But what was the transaction that put you in the red? You could see it in your bank.
You know what? Let's find out. There's a high probability that it's just like PayPal stuff that took longer for Chase to pull. That happens sometimes. Yeah, what? Okay, wait a minute. PayPal, DoorDash. When? I didn't order DoorDash. At least not recently.
Huh. What did you do?
I'm gonna look at these. Okay, one of these, yes, that's Time Bolt. That's the splicer program I use, so that's something I need. But that should have been paid 2 weeks ago. I don't know why it charged today.
Duck says that was me. I was hungry, Chris.
Oh, well, give it back.
I don't
know,
look at the amount on the DoorDash money, like that the DoorDash
there's
costed.
one DoorDash for $18.93 and there's another one for $11.56. But
well, yeah, check your DoorDash app and then just see which one fits that price amount.
I shall do that. I mean, I have the receipts in my my email. So the last DoorDash I ordered was October 6th. Yeah, okay. These are from orders from Friday that they decided to charge today, but I had the money then. Banks are weird.
They didn't just charge you. That makes no sense.
It does not make any sense. So, yeah. And the thing is, I don't like. The longer you're in red, the more overdraft charges you get. So, but theoretically, by the time I get my refund from the eBay purchase, I'll just have no money. Because it'll just be used to pay off overdraft charges. This is what being an adult is like, everybody. I'm sorry, is that a big mouth Egon?
Yes, Duck requested it the last time.
What is he saying?
He said, I put my hormone monster in a trap.
Hold on. I put my hormone monster in a trap.
There you go.
Would Big Mouth Egon have a jar full of semen?
No, I don't want to think about that. First of all, I can fully believe that the normal Egon would have a jar of that for science.
For science.
For science.
And that's... Why do you have a jar of semen? Don't worry, it's not mine. I'm sorry, that's very in character that you're just like,
pregnant
okay,
pause of, it's not mine.
Yes, because then you have to realize, wait, whose is it? And did they volunteer?
That seems like a Murray Ramus retort. Like,
they just look at each other.
Egon, remember when you had that jar of semen? It wasn't mine. Like, what the...
And poor Ray thought it was mayonnaise.
Oh!
I'm telling you, this is 100% like character accurate.
What was the name of that movie where Cameron Diaz put semen in her hair and it made it stick
there's
up?
something about Mary.
The equivalent.
The equivalent is Ray having like toast.
It's like, where did you get that one from? Oh, you know, the jar of mayonnaise
in the
fridge. Was it in the front of the fridge or the back of the fridge? Back of the fridge?
Congratulations, it's a boy.
God damn it. That's so
when
awful.
Crystal Sparkle comes in going, "Hey lady! Hope you're doing awesome!"
Oh, well, thank you, Crystal.
Midway in the fridge.
Midway.
Just the... And for the record, Missy Momo, you spelled Lebowski incredibly wrong. Which is astonishing to me because the name is the title of the movie.
You do not bully Missy Momo in this house. She's a treasure.
I am not bullying Missy. I am merely pointing out a grammatical error.
You're a grammatical error.
Touche?
You touche.
Oh, there you go. Hello.
Hello.
You hello. Wait.
Was that just a weird fucked up way of saying YOLO?
Hi, Lizzie. Anyways.
The fucking defeatedness. Like, hi, Lizzie.
No,
Why
I
are
like
you
Lizzie
here?
being here.
I know.
Lizzie's not Dan.
Oh! I mean, I agree, but oh!
Like, Dan who?
All jokes. All jokes.
I'm not.
Chris.
What?
So how are you, Lizzie? What's
I
up?
have popcorn.
That's great. You know that was an answer to me asking how are you. So
you have popcorn.
Yeah, it's like we have like a popcorn machine and we just made our own popcorn.
Cool. I have one too. It's called a microwave.
Yeah. Well, Chris,
No,
being a dick.
I actually have one of those fancy popcorn machines with the kettles and
we understand, and Chris is jealous, and he's being a little petty boy with his petty boy pants.
Go sit in your corner of wrongness, Chris.
I have no corners.
What are you talking about? You have corners.
Nah, this room's a circle.
Yeah, you're in a house.
If you pay rent for a place with no corners, that's concerning.
I love the idea of like the most traumatizing thing to do to a child is put them in a room that's in a circle and then tell them to sit in the corner. Let's just imagine.
That's a special type of abuse. Like
it's like naming your dog Sit.
Go sit in your sphere.
Sit in the. Jesus, you'd feel better.
No.
You never feel better.
I'm sorry?
every time you let out some fucking like eruption, you're always like, I don't feel better. Like, you sure? Because that sounded like you let off like a shitload of
no, it's an indication
negativity.
that I'm in pain.
Oh.
I explained this earlier when I started the stream, is that I'm not doing good right now.
Hello? Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's Ocean's 11 prequel is indeed moving forward. This was a thing that was considered?
I mean, I could think of worse casting choices. I mean, Margot and Ryan were good in Barbie together.
They were. I mean, I'm just, if it's a prequel, I'm assuming this is that it would be focusing on Danny Ocean and his missus, whose name escapes me, Tess. Which, if Gosling and Margot are playing those two characters, then yes, I can see that working, because I think Gosling has just as much charisma as George Clooney. I just didn't even know this was a thing being considered, because I thought Ocean's 8 killed the franchise.
Duck, I do not believe that we summoned a Big Mouth U2's figure.
I think the teases are for Hell of a Boss, right?
There is a Big Mouth U2's figure teaser that recently came out.
Oh, gross. But then again, it's U2's, so...
I mean, like, look, it's going to look gross. We already know this from the Big Mouth Funko Pops that look disturbing, and for some reason they gave lips to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're probably gonna look slightly less bad because it's U2's, but
you can't make an ugly thing look nice.
We also have a very unusual situation with U2's.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know, I always see people do like, here's my redesigns of Hell of a Boss characters. Here's my redesigns of blank characters. Why do I not see anyone do redesigns of Big Mouth characters to be like, here's what would happen if the show was aesthetically pleasing?
Oh, but it can't be aesthetically pleasing because puberty is gross.
Make it
such
make
a
it
weird
look like
hill to
an
die on.
MTV thing, or at least be uniquely gross looking.
Big Mouth.
Give me a Danny Antonucci looking ass.
I was
Big
about
Mouth.
to say, like, it would have worked if it had like an Antonucci look to it, because like Antonucci's art isn't like nice looking, but it's still it's ugly in a pleasing sense. I guess the word would be
Crystal, hold that thought. Crystal, if you want to send the money, send it through Ko-Fi or send it through Streamlabs. They're both in the description of the live stream here. And right there on the screen, you see the different pricing. So if you want just a simple sketch, $5 to $10, $15 to $20 for black and white, $25 to $30 for flat color, and $31 upward for shaded drawing. So you know, if you want to feel generous and give more than $31, you know, I'm not going to say no.
See, I'm losing my mind. Why is there an Egon in the style of Big Mouth?
Do I need to put like an FAQ now of this?
Frequently asked questions of big. Well, honey, if you're gonna have a big mouth Egon, it is gonna raise questions.
Look, Duck donated it last stream. I've said this 5 times. You've done this, Duck. I hope you failed the class you're in right now.
Okay.
I saw a tweet that had your energy.
I'm sorry.
I need to find it again.
I'm sorry you saw Twitter.
Here it is. Go to hell is overrated. I hope Family Guy parodies your favorite show.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Describes what happens in the show instead of doing something creative. It's inventive, it's realistic, it's horrifying. It's like, that just sounds like something Chrissy would say to me. It's like, I hope your favorite show is parodied by Family Guy. It's such a visceral...
that is something I would say. Key of the stream is gone. What?
What?
No, it's here. It's still going.
Sounds like a skill issue. I saw
The stream was just a frenzy made along the way.
I've been seeing a lot of people tweet, I don't like these characters, so they just are always going to sound irritating and grating to me.
Give me 1 second. I had to turn on and off Streamlabs. That's all.
Oh, okay. So
okay, we should be back.
Has have you been seeing that too? The whole
specifically with Peter's voice. I haven't seen a lot about Lois.
Yeah, well, and I swear I've heard all these clips where people are like, "Wow, does Peter's voice sound off?" I'm like, I don't hear a difference at all. Like, do you?
I mean, not any more than most of these modern seasons, anyways.
I think that's what it is that this might be just a bunch of people who haven't watched Family Guy in years and realize that Peter doesn't have as thick of an accent as he used to. That kind of went away, like, as soon as Seth started making movies.
Well, wasn't that around the time that Seth stopped caring about Family Guy?
Yes. Seth hasn't cared about Family Guy since he made 10. And that's being generous. He evidently, and this is not a slight at him, if I was in his position, I would do exactly the same thing. But evidently, he shows up, records the dialogue for the characters, and then leaves. He doesn't even dress up. He arrives in his pajamas.
I mean, can you blame him?
I don't. I literally said this isn't a slight, and that I would do the exact same thing, because his passion is in shit that isn't Family Guy. He wants to do stage productions and music, the Orville, and you know what? It's time better spent creatively.
I haven't seen the Orville, but I've heard the Orville is really good.
The Orville is the best Star Trek show airing right now, which is sad because we had like 3 or 4 Star Trek shows and they were all terrible.
There was a point this year where there were 5 Star Trek shows airing at the same time.
Oh yeah, I've heard Rick on Robot Co. Talk about his distaste for like recent Star Trek.
Well, Rick and I are on a similar wavelength of, we disagree on a few things, but I respect Rick enough that even when I don't agree with him, I'm like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Star Trek, we 100% agree on, because, I remember a mutual of ours, I won't say their name, but I remember a mutual of ours, like, going off about how great they thought Lower Decks was. And I'm just like, are you sniffing glue? Like, Lower Decks is fucking terrible. And they were talking about how, like, oh, in this episode they referenced this thing from the Star Trek comic from 30 years ago. I'm like, so you're clapping your hands at the pandering. You're no different than that Red Letter Media sketch of like, I clapped when I saw it.
Or like that Jax Films thing where it's like every Stan Lee cameo, and it's a guy sitting.
He's Stan Lee. He invented comics. Yes. And what bothers me about it most is I don't have a problem with like new material paying tribute to old stuff, especially because like you want new audiences, but you also want the hardcores to be able to go like, oh hey, that's a nice nod. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and Lower Decks is just fucking garbage, and I will even if it was like the best of the new Star Trek shows, and evidently it was canceled, and I hope all the artists and animators find work immediately. But fuck Mike McNamara. Fuck that guy. Not even because I hate the show, but he's just a fucking awful person, and I'm surprised that he still gets work.
Define awful.
People who work, because Mike McNamara co-developed, like he was second half of Solar Opposites, that other show by Rollo Tony Browntown.
By Hatsune Miku.
I forgot. Yes, I forgot. Anytime
Hatsune Miku.
Apparently, it's a thing now that if you're trying to name someone who's problematic, just say Hatsune Miku, because
like
Hatsune
anything that was created by a problematic person, instead of giving like any type of credit to the problematic person, you say Hatsune Miku. Minecraft, Hatsune Miku. Solar Opposites and Rick and Morty, Hatsune Miku, and one of the other Vocaloids. Like
what I found out was one of the either an intern, like someone who worked at the studio that Mike McNamara runs to do Solar Opposites and Star Trek Lower Decks. Which, that's the thing, when you realize that Lower Decks was developed by, a fucking Rick and Morty alumni, it makes perfect fucking sense why it's terrible. It just feels like, Rick and Morty, but with an IP attached to it. And there was a whole thing that came out because Mike McNamara, I think, I don't remember the exact, but essentially what happened is he encouraged aspiring writers to submit prompts for him and the other writers of the shows to look at. Evidently, one of the guys who was in the room basically said, Mike just used that as an excuse to ridicule people for what he deemed as, bad writing. So he was basically just putting out a false, hey, you could have potential to work on one of my shows, as an excuse that he just wanted to laugh at other people.
What a high school bully.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like, this is a showrunner. This is a guy making decisions. Fuck this guy. Which is the other problem, is that there are so many of these stories of the showrunners of these Star Trek shows just being absolutely fucking awful people. And to me, raising the issues of, do you know the whole point of Star Trek is, the reason the original series is such a good show, and why Next Generation is also a really fucking good show, is that they touched on social issues and prejudice and such. That was the whole point of Star Trek. They had brilliant episodes handling, colorism, racism, all forms of bigotry. And then you have these new shows that are so hyper-focused on being the antithesis of what Trek is, by being dark and, this ain't your granddaddy's Star Trek. Picard alone is probably the most disrespectful fucking thing. Specifically, what they do to the character of Picard, and even worse, what they do to Data. If you were a Star Trek Next Generation fan, you're just... It's a spit in the fucking face. And I could forgive some of these Star Trek shows if they were any good. Red Letter Media has these great videos where they talk about...
Hey, okay, I will say...
I've heard Strange New Worlds was really
Strange
good.
New World is actually pretty damn good.
That's the Nick show, right?
No, okay. Hold on.
No, that's Prodigy. My apologies.
First of all, let me go thank you, Crystal Sparkle, for the donation. Wow, that's a really big one too. That's $60. Wow.
Oh wow.
A full background commission with 4 characters in the tea room poetry reading. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that one off stream because there's there's backgrounds and everything in there. So I'm happy to do it for you, and you're gonna get quite a discount because, man, I usually charge more for something like this. But you know what? Thank you for donating. So I'm going to, I will at least sketch the characters out on stream. Thank you so much, Crystal. That's if you are on Twitter or Discord, please let me know so that way I can keep in contact with you for this commission. I can also keep in contact with you through Ko-Fi. But no, Prodigy, I think
That's
is
that's
the animated Nick one. No, Strange New Worlds is a live action one.
And I think with you mentioning that there was a time where there were 5 fucking Star Trek shows going on at once, that I don't even remember which one, because Discovery sucked. Because I think that was the first one, like the first new one they did.
Yeah, that one was in 2017.
Because it was Discovery, then Picard, then Lower Decks, then Strange New Worlds, then Prodigy. Yeah, that's 5. Fuck. What do we need 5 Star Trek shows?
Do you need more
God, there was a...
Well, I mean, like, being honest, the God, let me look at my commission rates that I usually have. One sec. Sorry to put a giant like pause on the stream.
It's your stream.
Well, usually, Crystal, a full illustration with a background is $100, and then you get 2 characters in that, and then every extra character is 10. So a usual commission like this would be 120. So you basically got 50% off. If you want to donate more, I'm not going to say no. Especially since this is for Ciderfest, so I'm guessing that this will be a very nice one. But yes, also on Ko-Fi, DM me the characters that you want. 6 is Final Space count. Final Space was not a Star Trek show! In what? Final Space is nothing like Star Trek.
I was gonna say, like, if we're gonna count Final Space, then we'd have to count fucking the Orville. These aren't... Like, these are shows that were good, but they're not that's the problem, is that there's no good Star Trek shows, really, because they're all being run by the same asshat, who, you know, is Alex Kurtzman. But more importantly, the showrunners specifically are horrible people. There was a story that came out, I think, for Discovery, where they basically sacked their only black writer because he was telling a story about how he was being verbally abused by a cop who, you know, obviously used racial slurs at him. And this white woman complained to HR that he used the N-word.
But he's allowed to. He's black.
Yes, he's allowed, but also he was talking about an actual thing that happened to him, that he was called the N-word. And to give him credit, when he was fired, because they apparently said because you used the N-word in the writer's room, he retaliated by saying, "I'm the only N-word in the writer's room," and he quit. And I'm like, you know what? Fucking based. Like, you don't need that shit. And that's the fucked up thing. It's Star Trek. Star Trek is a show that should have a fucking smorgasbord of cultures and sexes. Do you know how fucked up it is that the Orville had an incredible episode about, you know, the transgender issue that modern Trek has somehow just skirted around?
Oh yeah, because isn't like one of it's the Klingon kind of pastiche that they have.
Yes.
Their whole race is usually male, but sometimes females are born, and they usually do surgery to make them male at like when they are an infant, and if you don't do that, you are viewed, you are ostracized. And then it brought up the whole argument of like, shouldn't the kid have a choice to choose what gender they want to be and stuff, because there's a whole plot line that came up like when the kid grew older and found out that they were female at birth, they wanted to go back to being female. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much. I will message you after I will track you down on Discord later, and then we will get your commission all sorted. Thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Everyone in the... Can we give some hearts to Crystal in the chat? Just a bunch of hearts.
Sure. I hit the heart button. I don't know if it worked.
I mean, you could just put a heart emoji in the chat and hit enter.
I could do that too.
The heart thing, I think, is equating to liking the stream.
Oh.
I am currently working on a thing, so I'm just going to say heart.
Heart. It's like one of those NPC streamers, like, gang, heart. Thank you for the heart.
Don't you dare invite me to that cringe.
I want to get 1,000 followers on TikTok so I could do TikTok lives. So I can do an NPC stream. Just because I wanted to slowly turn into a mental breakdown stream. Like, I want it to be kind of like eventually it's not even like, ice cream so good. It's just,
Just start shitting violently because of all the ice cream.
It's just like, too much ice cream, stop it. It hurts. Glizzy overdrive now.
My son doesn't look me in the eye anymore.
Do you think any of those NPC streamers have kids?
I hope not.
That's gonna be a way of like,
man, that poor
like,
kid's gonna get
Papa,
bullied.
how did you pay for my college? I kept saying gang in front of a phone for like 4 hours every day.
On one hand, if it got that kid like college money, I wouldn't like say that's a bad thing.
Like, on one hand, I'll respect
They were like
the
a
hustle.
sacrifices had to be mad. I think sacrifices had to be made, son. Sacrifices had to be made.
Look, everything has a price. If I was told, hey, I will give you $1,000 if you do an NPC stream, I'd do it.
$1,000 will buy most people's soul.
I don't think doing an NPC stream is selling your soul.
No, I'm just saying in general because $1,000 pays a lot of like shit. Like $1,000 is, at least in my case, that's so much of like towards rent. Like, yeah, I do stupid shit for $1,000. I remember
$20 can buy many peanuts.
Explain how.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
I've been making a habit lately for those, because I think this is the first time I've been on Christy stream in a while. Because yes, I moved. I live alone now. Ooh, scary.
He's a big boy.
I am an adult now. I am an adult
now.
Oh, is that about Mopsy?
I said no mopsies.
She's fine. She's enjoying her time with the other. You know, she's got Bono and she's got the demon dog.
No, but we still miss her.
Yeah.
I know, but I have footage of her rolling around on the carpet.
Do you visit her?
Well, when I'm down there to visit, yes. Lately, when I go down there, it's just to pick up more stuff that, you know, because not everything is here. Just the essentials. And we have a lot of work ahead of us. I spent last night moving a bunch of boxes and tubs, because people who know me will be shocked to find out the thing that is still in storage is the movie collection.
Well, yeah, because you got to make the thing to hold the movie collection.
Exactly. Yeah, because one of the major home improvement projects is we're building shelves. We're not using pre-built like media towers anymore, because those things piss me off now, because the Atlantic Oscar, that's the brand I usually bought from, were the best media towers you could ask for. They were like for particle board. They were built well, and they could hold like 500 movies. Like, they were perfect. The problem is, as of these past couple of years, they started to cut corners in the design by shrinking the individual shelves, like themselves, by 1/4 of an inch. And I know for some people it's like, oh, what's the big deal? The problem with that is they no longer are built to house movies. They're built more or less to house CDs. And having that 1/4 of an inch taken off means that the Blu-rays and DVDs have like a slight hangover, which drives me fucking nuts because gravity is not your friend. And having the boards built that way, where they're 1/4 of an inch smaller, is fucked up. And I would be more accepting to it if they lowered the price of the product, which of course, this is capitalism, so they did not. They're still the exact same price they were, 10 plus years ago, $140 or so. And it's like, if you're going to be cutting down the individual shelves by 1/4 of an inch, at least take off 1/4 of the price. Because otherwise, fuck you. So I ain't playing that game anymore, especially since really the amount of money you would spend on one media tower, you could just go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy, 2x6 lumber and build really fucking solid shelves, which is what we're gonna do. Food quantity is fine. I've got plenty of food. I'm not worried about that. Even when I'm like, I buy a month's worth of food, usually very early in the month.
Yeah, don't worry. The boy's not starving.
I'm not starving. Trust me. And
he's starving for work.
Yes, which, yeah, that's been a problem lately. Shout out to Salty DK Dan for being a very wonderful guy. It's been taking me a long time to work on the thing he did, but he was so concerned about my situation at the time, he paid in advance, which helped me a lot during the move, because moving costs a lot of money. bet you didn't know that.
Did you know?
Yeah, moving costs a lot of money, and you're technically, even when you move in, you're still paying for it. But no, I've got plenty of food. I'm only one person, so I don't spend a lot on food. I think my max budget is like $180 a month, which is really
also
nothing.
Keep in mind, people, he lives near his brother. If he needs to mooch, he can mooch.
That's the thing. It's not even mooching. My brother will come over and be like, "What are you having for dinner?" I'll be like, "I was probably gonna cook up this," and he'll just be like, "We're having meatballs. Come over." And when I say I live next door to my brother, I don't mean like, oh, he's like 2 blocks down. No, we're literally next to each other. We're in the same apartment complex. He and his girlfriend helped me get the place, which is very much like a sitcom where, like, because when we go home, like go our separate ways after a night out, we're literally like separating at 2 different staircases that meet each other at the bottom. So he goes right and I go left because that's where we live. We're exactly mirrored. And it's very good to have, because it means that he and his partner can go out and do things, and he can just drop his kids off at my place and not have to worry about paying a sitter.
The payment is giving you meatballs from time to time.
Yeah, like they'll
it's like a dog.
Or sometimes they'll just come home and like they'll call beforehand and be like, "Hey, we're heading back. You want McDonald's? We're gonna get some for the kids." I'm like, sure.
Give me a Happy Meal.
Again, give me Happy. I always buy the little one Happy Meal, because sometimes I have so many stories about my niece, because she's 7 now, and she's going through that phase where I don't know how else to put it. It's like when one incident basically defines everything. Like, when kids are like, I don't like this thing anymore that I liked last year.
I don't like princesses anymore.
Well, it's like that SpongeBob says, like, I don't like pistachio. Then why did you
ask for it?
Because this was the funniest thing, is because I have 2 nieces. One who's a teenager. She's grown up so goddamn fast, it frightens me. And it's difficult to try, like, trying to relate to her is hard because she's a very introverted person, which I understand. She's a teenager.
So that's how you relate to her.
But it's a thing of like, it's different because a 7-year-old is more outgoing. They have dances they want to show you and songs they don't
have inhibitions.
Yes, and then there's her who she'll just sit on my couch and go on her phone, and I feel bad because I'm like, am I not giving her enough attention?
No.
But that's the thing, is like, I don't think she wants the attention because
I think what she likes is just that kind of place where she could just casually coexist.
Yes, because my mother is always like, you need to pay attention to her more. I'm like, Ma, I was a teenager. I typically wanted adults to leave me alone. So I'm giving her space.
She just wants a place to chill, man.
Yeah, exactly. But like when they were dropped off, I was like, I'm gonna cook some dinner. Anyone want burgers? And of course, Reed, who's my oldest niece, she goes, yeah, I'll have a burger. Make cheeseburger. I go, yeah, we can make a cheeseburger. And then I look at Ridley, my littlest, and I go, you want a burger, honey? And she goes, no, I don't like burgers. I go, okay. And then right after that, she says, I don't like the brown parts.
What does that mean? The bread? Does that mean the meat?
That's the thing, is that I looked at her dumbfounded and went, honey, the whole burger's brown. Do you just not like the whole burger? And I don't remember what she said, but she said like I don't like burgers. I go, okay. Well, do you want some fruit? Because I have watermelon. She goes, yes. I go, okay. So I gave her a plastic fork, and she just chowed away at some watermelon. But I'm just like, when people, the only thing this kid will eat is chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese, and there's a reason you don't try and make them eat new things, because when you're on a budget, you're just like, look, the kid is gonna only eat this. I might as well just cook the one thing I know they're going to eat. And she eats like a bird.
Edamame beans.
She eats like a bird. Like, I'll order her, one of her favorite things is a chicken nugget Happy Meal. Which, you've played Fortnite with her. You know how she always makes a big deal about don't kill the animals? Mm-hmm. I don't think she knows that chicken nuggets are made of chicken.
Maybe she thinks chickens make them.
I remember saying it to my brother, and he just looked at me like, I was saying something, and she was like, don't say anything. Like, what? Like, don't let her know that. Like, oh. Because the problem is she might become like a vegetarian or something, and that's...
You don't want a little Lisa Simpson in your household.
You really don't. You really don't. And I get why he's trying to avoid
that. Because vegetarianism is expensive.
I remember I brought it up to my brothers, like, yeah, she doesn't seem to like burgers. And he goes, oh, yeah, she had an undercooked burger at In-N-Out once, and now she's written off burgers.
If I was a child, I'd understand.
But I'm also like, that's that problem of trying to put your mind into that of a child, where it's like, I get it, but also, man, you can't let one shitty burger.
I had food poisoning from a raw burger once, and I didn't eat burgers for months, because I was just like, it's not the fact that I think that every burger is going to taste like that from now on. It's just just triggering. You just shit in my stocking, and now I just don't feel the want for a burger.
No, and I get that. And God, I remember when I was a kid, there was a time where I didn't like pickles on burgers. I don't know why.
How dare you?
I know I love pickles on burgers now, obviously. I just love pickles. But yeah, for some reason when I was a kid, I was just like, no. The only thing I still do as a kid is when I get a McDonald's burger specifically, I always say no sliced onions. Just never, the sliced onions, there's some kind of textural thing I don't like.
I mean, I have an answer for that.
Tism?
Yeah.
Well, that's the default answer. I've got
neurodivergency has a lot when it comes to food textures,
Sadly does. And then it gives people the false ideas like, so you don't like vegetables? No, I do like vegetables. There are just some vegetables where the texture triggers something, and I can't. It's not like I haven't tried.
Like there's honest, obviously, we're not saying that every every texture aversion is a sign of neurodivergency. It's just that a lot of all beagles are dogs, not all dogs are beagles. You know, it's that kind of thing.
It's the same thing.
Because I have a particular thing. I don't like the type of meat where it's fatty in the chewy sense, like pork belly. Do not like pork belly. I don't want my meat to feel like gum. I remember me and Max went to a Korean barbecue, and I love Korean barbecue, but we didn't know some of the meats on there, so we just ordered a bunch of meats to try. And there was this one particular thing that did not look like it would just be chewy, but when I put it in my mouth, I was like, I was like chewing it really slowly, and he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, and I'm like, "I have to put this in a napkin or I'm going to throw up." Like, it was triggering a gag reflex. But and that's nothing against the flavor of the food, but like I'm not neurodivergent, so it's not an everyone kind. It's not a if you have a food aversion, you have this, but
exactly, yeah,
it's very common. I know that
I will say
Brett
my
hates
neurodivergence.
I think Brett hates like raw onion.
Oh.
He doesn't, and he also doesn't like
cooked onion.
He likes cooked onion. He also really hates raw bell pepper. He likes the flavor. I have made sauces and stuff that have bell pepper blended into it, or I cook the bell pepper so it's really soft. But when it comes to like the hard crunch, hard crunch of like maybe it's the crunch mixed with the flavor, it does not work for him. He hates it. And apparently he's hated it since he was a kid.
I will say I would probably have to thank my neurodivergence for my love of broccoli. A combination of, because like Land Before Time, broccoli just gives me that sensational need to want to eat plants.
You
like
want to eat the trees, like the big boy.
I want to eat the trees. That's what I wanted. That's how I think that's how my mother got me to eat broccoli. Was like, you know, because I loved dinosaurs as a kid. Obviously, what neurodivergent kid didn't?
It was oh god, what is the stereotype things that neurodivergent kids
Engine.
like? Thomas, Sonic, and dinosaurs.
I like all those things. And you know what's the
too.
best idea? You know what the greatest fucking show ever made is? Dinosaur Train. It's just Autism the show. It's the two most popular like hyperfixations of autistic children, and they made it into a fucking show. I guarantee you, I've never looked into it, but I guarantee you that show came into development because they watched their neurodivergent child play with trains and dinosaurs and went, "I've hit oil. I have the perfect fucking preschool
We hit the
show."
mother load!
I do find it amusing reading the comments. Matthew, you are the only one trying to keep this dead meme alive.
What meme? Is it the...
Me eating cat food. He's like the only one in the chat still trying to make jokes.
You know what?
It's like, dude,
you are the
meme.
true fighter there. You are the true fighter there. I respect that.
Yep, I respect your pathetic attempts at humor.
No, I respect that he's keeping the lore of my
I'm talking
streams
for
alive.
myself. You don't speak for me.
I speak for my stream. I'm
I
Lorax.
speak for the trees.
Why are the trees speaking Vietnamese?
Oh God.
Have you ever seen that TikTok?
Vomit, says Darren. Yes, I have, years ago.
Oh, it's one of my favorite TikToks.
I don't like meat's a straight. I don't know, because I guess medium rare has always been my go-to type of cooking for it.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of is like
That's the beginning and end of that statement. But like
I remember opening up my fridge and my niece going, "I only like meat," because like, to be fair, I am a carnivore, so there's a lot of red meat in the fridge.
You know, I have
like
seen
meat.
Oh, go ahead,
I have
Lizzie.
seen the imps from Hell of the Boss so many times. I know what their eye color looks like, but for some reason, I like their Verostica, and I'm like, piss eye.
Yeah, she does have jaundice eyes.
I need to look up dinosaur trainings now. I'm curious of.
Oh, so this kind of diverting from the conversation, but
Go on.
I do want to talk about something. So, because this actually involves all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing a thing in Discord calls recently when I'm in a call with these two goobers, where I have found a YouTube channel that made these compilations of every 90s animated show intro in alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun thing to see what we've all grown up with, because, like, it can be argued that all three of us grew up in slightly different time frames. And also, like, the channels we grew up on and everything.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you and Lizzie are closer in age than I am to you guys. But, like,
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
But, you know...
Oh, shush.
I was also a very much, like, a public access station kid and everything. So when I see, like, the edutainment shows, I see it. Some people don't. Some of the cartoons, though, that I've seen on that, like... on those compilations that I have never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are half of them? There was one that Chris knew of, that me and Lizzie were like, the fuck is this? Where it was like these CGI stop motion looking character objects. And one of and like the main character was just a red ball.
Yes, the HBO show.
And there's literally a character called
That
Pair
is
of
what we
Shoes.
call a fever dream.
I need to get the name of that show. A little curious. That was the show.
Why is Brett messaging me? Oh, stream going well. Yes. The thing about that is I want to ask the chat, what's a show, I'm gonna say animated just to keep it, you know, keep it like topic oriented, that you feel like you are the only one who ever watched this show. Like sometimes you are gaslit into believing this show never existed.
I could name so many shows that I feel like I was the only person watching.
Everyone has one, in my opinion, where it's just kind of like, wait, you don't remember this?
Yakety yak.
Most of the Nicktoons network, to be honest.
Cordelia and Birdie.
I felt that way about Kobayoko for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, were you wrong. That thing has like a huge following.
Especially in
Well,
France.
I didn't know. It wasn't until like a few years ago when I realized how big of a show that was. But when I was a kid watching it on the Magoozy block on Cartoon Network, I was just like...
Magoozy itself is a fucking
Magoozy is the
dream.
thing that people don't remember like so much of, and I'm like, I'm glad you don't, because God, I looked up a Magoozy ad once. They look terrifying. 321 Penguins and Jacob Tutu. Oh, Jacob Tutu. Cubics,
Oh, God,
robots,
there's-
everyone.
321 Penguins, wasn't that the show made by the VeggieTales people?
I think so.
Yes.
Cubics robots. I had a promo tape for Cubics as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, that was a South Korean show.
But yeah,
It was?
Mm-hmm.
one thing I want to do a stream where we put on that, those compilation things and, like, rank them.
Mm-hmm.
Of, like, based on, okay, by watching this intro, do we want to watch the show? And, you know,
Yes.
also just reminiscing and stuff. I think that would be a fun
that's
stream.
that'd be like the Chad Chonic cursed thing where he ranks them. It's like out of 10, how likely are we to watch this show based on the intro?
Exactly.
I think that would be fun.
Oh,
But, yes.
speaking of like,
No. Go.
I thought you said
Oh.
no to her, just like me, like, no, you know what, no.
No, you don't get an opinion. Come on, Lizzie, go. Spit it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
no,
You have
I
the
was
floor.
saying that like on the subject of like classic cartoons, I actually caught a little bit of the Checker Pestum block on Adult Swim for like a brief moment.
I've heard that it's good. Like, it's
Apparently
a very well
it's doing
liked,
super well in ratings.
which makes me
probably
happy.
helps.
Like it genuinely like it still has that Adult Swim touch with like the bumpers and adverts, but like it is just classic Cartoon Network. And it's so surreal seeing Ed and Eddie on TV again because I miss seeing that show on TV so much.
I feel like
what I'm hoping is that like, because they showed a preview for like some of the Halloween specials, which makes me happy because Ed and Eddie's Boo Ha Ha is one of my favorite like Ed and Eddie specials.
You want to know why I would love if they did a holiday special, like Halloween specifically? A lot of the Halloween specials for Cartoon Network are not on Max. And that, like, I implore people to look up Ed and Eddie on Max.
None of the specials are the movie. And look, we have talked many times on this on these streams about my ambivalence and your disdain for Codename Kids Next Door. However, I do think it's kind of fucked up that they don't have the Billy and Mandy Kids Next Door crossover, but they have both shows, and it's like, why? I refuse to believe that specials like not even counting crossover specials, just specials within the TV show have some kind of different licensing thing than the actual show itself. I can understand with crossovers, but like just a Christmas special? Like what? I don't hate K&D. I'm just very ambivalent about it. Like, I feel like...
I used to adore Kids Next Door.
Like, I think it's something that's not aged well with me. I like the later stuff they did with K&D. Basically, all the stuff that they seem to be pitching would be involved in Galactic K&D, if that ever became a thing. I don't know. I preferred when the stakes felt a bit lower, and I really wish they went with the concept that this was just, the kids playing pretend, which is why I like Craig of the Creek so much.
Craig of the Creek
I think this one needs more later. Oh, sorry.
Craig of the Creek just feels like the answer to my issues with Kids Next Door, where it's like, this is the show I wish it was.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
Well, I hate K&D. Chrissy's ambivalent. There's a big difference.
I have issues, but I do overall... I respect K&D for what it is for the network, But, like, it is not my... A lot of people rank it as one of the best Cartoon Network shows, and I am not in that camp.
I don't think never understood that.
I don't think it's one of the worst, but I don't think it's one of the...
I don't think it deserves the rankings it's constantly getting, where it's like, guys, it's not that great a show.
I feel like
that last season is like the worst. Like I don't know what glue you're sniffing.
Can I talk about a cartoon on Cartoon Network that I feel like has gotten a lot more appreciation, especially in recent years?
Go ahead.
Can I guess it?
Yeah,
Camp Lazlo.
Well, that's not a guess if you just tell me, but yes. I mean,
sorry.
I saw Camp Lazlo premiere because I have an undying appreciation for Joe Murray, and he is one of the most loving and supportive cartoonist you could ever ask for.
He is no counselor of Camp Kidney. What?
What I hated about like what people, because people thought that it was like really stupid and dull, but it's like that was just a fun cartoon. And when rewatching like stuff like Rocko's Modern Life and watching that again, it's just the same energy.
Duck just brought up the whole thing because remember that Kids Next Door was actually greenlit because it was the winner of a Cartoon Network Cartoon Fridays poll. Do you remember the big pick?
I remember the big pick. I also remember though that the big pick for that particular year is actually very interesting because K&D wasn't the like #1 winner that year.
What was?
I'm trying to remember.
Because that was the year Kitty Bobo was also on.
Because
there,
I remember Kids Next Door winning first place. Kitty Bobo was the winners there were 3. It was Kids Next Door #1, Kitty Bobo 2, and My Freaky Family for 3. And I was upset as a kid because I was probably ahead of the curve because the show I wanted to win was Utica Cartoon. which when you watch Utica Cartoon, it's such a great pilot. But you watch it, it was
I may be
fucking
thinking of
ahead
another
the time.
year because there was a particular big pick where the cartoon that was made into the big cartoon was not
Well, they only ever did the big pick twice, and the first time they did it, was Billy
Grim
and
and
Mandy
Evil.
won. You have Grim and Evil, which of course eventually became just Billy and Mandy. But the Billy and Mandy pilot won, and Robot Jones was a pilot that also I think got second place. So
okay,
technically two shows got.
I may
greenlit.
be thinking that like the big pick. People had the expectation that the top two would become shows because last year's the top two became shows.
Yep, and
But Kitty
unfortunately,
Bo-
Kitty
but-
Bobo fans didn't get it.
Wait,
feel-
did Megas XLR have a pilot? Because Darren says Megas XLR might have won.
Well, I don't think that was Big Pick. That was like a successor.
Yeah. Anyways, I really want to do that stream just watching those intros because some of them.
Oh, I'm game.
It is so much fun though when we get to when we get to a series that one of us has watched and has enjoyed. Like, let me tell you guys, I have never heard Chris more elated than when the opening for Captain Simian and the Space Chip started playing.
Yeah, that was one of our fun discoveries, was Captain Simian.
Does anyone know about Captain Simian and the Space Chimps?
I think they can assert what it is based on the name.
It's not
There's
Space Chimps. Is it Space Chimps or Space Monkeys?
Space Monkeys!
Space Monkeys. Yeah, you're right.
Captain Simian and we're not exact. It's like the fucking Odie
Pigs from
plays
space.
with the. Well, no, I was gonna say we're not exaggerating. That's exactly how they read it. It's just like the Poggers.
Yeah, with Chuck E. Cheese.
That's not an exaggeration. That is
Now,
exactly
I
what
know.
he says.
Now, I'm telling you, people, you are not prepared for what this actually is, because you probably think it's some goofy comedy, and you're wrong. Because like the whole show is basically these monkeys are given super. Oh, someone got canceled. Who got canceled? Mikey. That's what I call my Ko-Fi donations. Is is someone gets canceled.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Who this time?
No. Like if on my stream, if someone donates to the Ko-Fi, it says blank got canceled. Thank you, Mikey. Oh, you were a sweetheart. But no, it's actually like an action semi-drama show with space monkeys. So obviously this is Chris's favorite show of all time.
It's Monkey. Of course he liked
They have
it.
Star Trek actors in it too.
Yeah, we discovered this show and we were like, what the fuck is this? And when we actually started like watching it and looking up, it's like, why is this actually kind of good? Like dead ass, it's actually
it's a shame that it's like so obscure to the point where there are only old VHS rips of it. It's never been released officially in any capacity since.
okay. There's something for your boutique label. Get the rights.
Get the rights to Captain Simian.
Simian.
That's the thing. Who owns the rights?
Well, okay. Hallmark.
What?
Hallmark Entertainment.
Hallmark on the rights to that.
Oh, okay. Not that Hallmark.
Not the Christmas movie Hallmark.
No, doesn't seem to be. Because when you click on it, it links to Halcyon Studios. Unless that's a company that bought Hallmark. I don't know. Everyone's swallowing everyone. I mean, Universal's like rumored to be wanting to buy Warner Brothers. I don't think that's going to happen, but...
Does that mean we
Stranger
get
Things.
officially a Scooby-Doo land in Universal Studios?
If it happens, what that means is the whole Warner Brothers selling off the Lego movie rights to Universal means fuck all.
Hmm.
Yeah. I want to read the comments because I want to. The only problem with the whole reacting to 90s and 2000s intros is just I probably know like 90% of them because I am obsessed with weird and obscure cartoons.
Yes, but it's fun. But but just like how every drinker needs a designated driver, we need our grandpa.
I want people to just type shows that they think were obscure, and I want to know how many of them I actually know. Time Squad. Yep, loved Time Squad.
Time Squad's one of my favorites.
Probably one of the only Cartoon Network shows to have a theme song. Actually, not the only one, but like there were so many that had no lyrics. They were just music.
Yeah.
Mucha Lucha is a terrible show with one of the greatest fucking theme songs ever made. I know that, opinions of him aside, I have the same problem with, Doug Walker's whole thing is I didn't like Power Rangers, but when I saw the theme song, I would listen to that, and I'd change the channel. It's the same for Mucha Lucha. It's like I'd have to hear the theme song, but then I'd immediately change channels. Who actually? I know it's got to be like a mariachi. Well, not mariachi. It's got to be like a major Hispanic band that did that theme song.
I mean, they became a guest star in an episode too.
That's right, they were. What was their name? Who are they?
Los
Chicos
Lobos?
de Barrio. No, not Los Lobos. I wouldn't know if it was Los Lobos. I love those guys. Los Lobos and oh god, why am I blanking? They're one of my all-time favorites. Bamboleo.
Yeah, I know.
Who sings that?
It's not coming to mind right now.
Gypsy Kings. I love Gypsy Kings. My first introduction to Gypsy Kings was the Bedazzled remake by Harold Ramis starring Brendan Fraser. Does anyone remember that?
God damn it.
Did I unearth an old memory?
Well, a lot of Brendan Fraser movies become like unlocking memories.
Yeah, do you remember Blast from the Past where he wakes up from a bomb shelter?
No, that's the thing. That I had that moment with that particular movie because I was scrolling through TikTok, and you know those dumb TikToks that are just like a text-to-speech describing the plot of the movie?
They played that same scene with him seeing his first black person.
No, it wasn't that. It was one of those TikToks where it's like just a text-to-speech voice explaining the plot of the movie.
Oh god, those things.
And it was like, Christopher Walken and wife are afraid of nuclear fallout.
Christopher Walken and wife.
So they have baby. Baby grows up in fallout shelter. They have grocery store in fallout shelter.
Let me see these.
And I was wait, it's this movie, because I think I had the VHS for that movie.
Tugs, wasn't that renamed as Theodore Tugboat, or am I mistaking that?
Is that the one that Tomska talked about?
Yes, if I remember correctly.
It got sent to America and got redubbed, I think.
Which is typical of those.
I know, but they added a rap verse in the American one.
Maybe I'm misremembering. I remember
okay, so after Clearwater's liquidation in 1990, Minton joined the Britt Allcroft Company to continue working on Thomas and Friends in 91, while Cardona went on to direct Theodore Tugboat, a similarly natured series set in Canada.
Oh.
But also, the original program for Tugs was heavily dubbed and edited for use in the American children's series Salty's Lighthouse.
Right, okay.
So Tugs had two localizations, basically.
All right, because I only remember seeing Theodore Tugboat.
Well, Theodore Tugboat is a reworked version. Maybe they have pieces. Honestly, we need to watch the Tomska video again, because he does explain this.
Let me see the rest of the comments. Oh, Atomic Betty! I remember Atomic Betty.
I love the Atomic Betty. Also,
Yeah,
Liberty
that was
Kids. Oh my God,
Liberty Kids. That fucking theme song slap. Aaron Carter had a rap verse in that.
Flame on and on.
Oh, I own Duck Dodgers on Blu-ray. I fucking love my father. My favorite thing about Duck Dodgers was my father loved the opening, and of course, as a kid, it was lost on me. He's like, "Why do you think this intro is so funny?" He goes, "It's supposed to be Thunderball," and I'm like, "What's Thunderball?" He's like, "It's a James Bond movie." Tom Jones famously say it's a parody of Thunderball. They're just doing a send-up of James Bond, which is why they have Tom Jones singing it. And even though it's a parody, Tom Jones puts his whole juicy into that fucking
like
theme
he
song.
did not need to. I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean,
it's the same thing when he had the guest role in the episode where Daffy
they switch voices. Yeah.
and they switch voices, because he didn't have to do a beautiful rendition of "It's Not Unusual" again, but he did.
And we forever thank him for doing that.
Thank you.
And he
Tom
also
Jones.
helped save the world from an alien invasion.
Yes. Most movies and TV shows should just add Tom Jones.
Cat Scratch. Yeah, I loved Cat Scratch.
Cat Scratch.
Created by problematic comic book artist Hatsune Miku.
Who's also the developer of Earthworm Jim.
Hatsune Miku has an incredible filmography.
I know. The 99 Godzilla cartoon.
The 99 Godzilla cartoon has no right being as good as it is given the source. Mm-hmm. I proudly own the complete series on DVD merely because it's like, this show is so fucking good. It's just a shame it's a sequel to one of the worst fucking movies ever made.
We'll get back to the people stating things. I do want to ask you, what do you think is an adaptation of something that is actively like improved? Yeah, like the 99 Godzilla cartoon, where it somehow took a frankly mediocre source material and actually made it much better.
With film stuff, I think the Forrest Gump movie is a vast improvement over the actual book. Same goes for Ready Player One. The movie, whether or not you like the movie, whatever, the book is a fucking chore to read. So, that book is
the scarlet letter for
nerdy
books.
I feel like one of your answers would be The Boys. Because I hate The Boys comic, and I've not watched the show, but you have, stated numerous times.
And Max have both stated, as people who have read the comics, the show is basically related to the comic in name, and character names, and the name only, because it's a completely different series. It's so, I feel like I have talked about shows that just. Like how I prefer Shrek 2 and the Shrek musical over the first Shrek movie, because I feel like they're less made with the intent to be spiteful towards the things that they're satirizing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about The Boys. Because the comics have a very particular type of malice towards so much in the superhero comic book sphere. And, they make a lot of jabs about the cinema universe of superheroes in this show, but it's not. I feel like that they put their focus on making a good show first before being spiteful. I don't know if I could say that about the comic book.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's. I will watch The Boys one day, but as someone who just hates those comics, that it's a very tough sell to be like, well, now they've adapted it. Like, yay! You canceled the Tick for this?
Chris, if you opened up a beer while watching The Boys, you can literally say you're opening up a cold one with The Boys.
It's a tough sell, and it didn't help the timing of when The Boys came out.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
So, I understand. One day we'll get you to sit down. But but let's see, what else? What other things have people said? There's this weird Australian cartoon show I discovered recently. It's called Barefoot Bandits. I've never heard of this.
I don't want to watch a show that emphasizes that they're not wearing shoes.
Could you look
there's gonna
up
be a
Barefoot
lot of...
Bandits and tell me
I'd
what it
rather
looks like?
not, because I don't want...
Please?
Fine, Barefoot Bandits. They are children who are not wearing shoes.
Oh.
I'm probably on a list now, thank you. What the fuck is this? Why does it matter that they're not wearing shoes?
Shoes are for squares, like pants.
Shut up, Lizzie. Shut up. Cause see, I'm genuinely trying to think, because besides Godzilla, the animated series, because I specifically want to focus on TV adaptations of other sources, and my go-to is obviously movies, because that was the most obvious thing that, you make a blockbuster movie, you make it a Saturday morning cartoon. They're a dime a dozen. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, The Mask, Real Ghostbusters, Men in Black, the animated series, the Back to the Future animated series, even Police Academy and The Mummy had animated shows.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, so many of them are just good, but they're not better. Like, Real Ghostbusters would have been better if it wasn't for that last couple of seasons.
Like, Real Ghostbusters was supposed to be that thing that, and if you just do what I do, and only acknowledge the 3 seasons,
Yep.
then it has a hallmark of like a really good, faithful series adaptation of the movie property. But then the rest of it happened, so...
Yep. I gotta refresh my memory.
The RoboCop cartoon?
RoboCop cartoon was good. It's not better than the movie, though. The movie's fucking incredible.
Well, yeah, I'm just listing ones that chat's saying.
No, I know. Like, I'm going by the whole thing of, are there adaptations that are
Rambo
better
had a cartoon.
It did, and trust me, it's not better. It's fun, but it is vastly inferior to the actual movies. Because, see, I want to try and find one that would probably be more of a hot take. Because I feel like there were some, like, God, how many Disney animated shows were there based on their movies?
I mean, let's see. For their movies, we got Little Mermaid, Aladdin, 101 Dalmatians,
Hercules.
Which I would say...
Emperor's New School.
I do really love the Hercules animated series. I love Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
I like...
As do I.
I do really like, though, this interpretation of... And this is something it's not fair to compare to the movie, because the movie didn't have the freedom to have more time of Hercules growing into his godlike strength like the TV series can do, because it's a TV show.
Mm-hmm. Timon and Pumbaa was a great show.
Timon and
but
Pumbaa's
that also depended on your tolerance of those two characters. Like,
Hakuna
can you watch?
Matata.
Can you watch
I
it for
watched
22
that
minutes?
show a lot. I mean, I did.
Remember.
I used to watch
I have
it as
an
a kid.
interesting one. As a kid, there used to be this show called Mighty Ducks, which
Yes!
you remember them? They were it was like an action
Ducks
show. And imagine my disappointment when I watched the Mighty Ducks movie and there's no
It's
ducks.
just about a hockey team. Like,
It's just a hockey team. It's just Emilio Estevez and a hockey team.
If I wanted hockey, I'd go to
where's
Canada.
the Ducks?
If I wanted hockey, I'd go to Canada.
Yeah, I'm with Lizzie.
I don't want Canada, I want ducks. You bonehead. The color is the same as its name, just like a lemon.
Oh, we were talking about the Bill and Ted cartoon the other day because of this intro thing. because I was saying, like, that, the cartoon... It was because we were having a discussion about the Ace Ventura cartoon as well. Of, like... Because I asked, like, is Rob voicing Ace here like he does in The Mask? Because Jim Carrey? And no, it's Michael Dangerfield.
Yeah, I had to break that. I was like, no, it's Michael Dangerfield.
Which
that's Brayburn?
Yeah, for the pony people watching, Brayburn from MLP is voiced by the same person who did Ace Ventura for the Ace Ventura cartoon because it was Canadian. And I was looking up, like, other 80s movie one because the Bill and Ted one came up, and I was like, who did this one? It reeks of Canada. But I was confused because I remember Bill and Ted being a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yep. And then again, I had to explain, like, yeah, the second season moved to Canada. And you can tell.
And it was sad because the second season intro was the one in that compilation.
Yep.
Because, man, the art style changes so much. Because I think it fully hit when we were looking up the lemon scene. It's like, just like a lemon. Because the art style looks so fucking different.
And also the vast difference of season 1 actually had Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves reprise their roles. And the fact that because it was Hanna-Barbera, and say what you will, people, but Hanna-Barbera knew how to make great caricatures of people. And what was brilliant about Excellent Adventures was that Bill and Ted had very distinct looks that differentiated them. You know, one had, just like the black pupils, and one had, like, cartoon eyes. And then they moved to Canada, and nope, they both have cartoon eyes. It's like, oh, just remove any semblance of, like, diverse character designs. Just make it generic as possible. And then I found out, I didn't tell you this, Chrissy, because I did more research. I actually found out why they changed the actors. It wasn't just because it moved to Canada. Because if I'm not mistaken... No. It's because they did a live-action Bill and Ted, and those live-action kid actors are playing Bill and Ted in that cartoon because they wanted them to be paired together. So basically, season 2 is essentially a separate show. It's not... Like, it's the same name, but it's not the same show.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'll post it in the open chat. This is a photo of the live-action Bill and Ted, who would end up playing their cartoon counterparts in the quote, Deke second season.
One of them looks like Coconut Head.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, there we go. The fully shaded Verosika. Very happy with how that turned out.
You should be.
She pretty.
Yes. You won't like this as an artist. Adobe Photoshop recently tweeted video showing how to remove watermarks from images.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Why would they do that? I know it's probably to do their content aware brush thing, but you could do anything else.
Is it fair to say that the Big Hero 6 show is better than the movie?
I haven't seen the show, so I can't.
The show is very good, but also I do not like Big Hero 6, so I'm biased.
That's fair, but that's because Chrissy and I are not fans of the movie Big Hero 6, and it's a dog shit script full of obnoxious exposition.
That was his mistake.
I'm not going to say that the movie is good, but there is a very specific reason that I like that film. Because shortly before seeing that film, so it's probably the reason like me and my mom like it because shortly before seeing the film, sometime after around the time I saw our film, my mom's dad had passed away, so it was a bit of like closure to help with my mom with that. So it's like something that we both appreciate that film for doing.
Putting our jokey ha-has and jabs aside, that is a very valid reason.
Yes.
Going back to the jokey ha-has, though, I don't like Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
But the show is really good. It's made by the Impossible people.
That is correct.
I'll give the movie one thing. It has good characters. They just don't do a lot with them.
That's it. It is. It's a real I know some people have this complaint about Zootopia, of like great characters, bad story. That's me with Big Hero 6. I like the characters. So much potential. That's why I love the Baymax shorts on Disney Plus. They are
I have
delightful.
yet to see those.
They are delightful. But also Baymax is one of the most delightful characters Disney has ever made.
Have you ever seen a show or movie, I guess, like, you know, because I read a lot of books as a kid. And sometimes I would just end up being very disappointed with adaptations of some books I loved. One I remember being very disappointed by was the Bunnicula show they did. Because Bunnicula is such a great book, and it is so, like, even as an adult, it's so funny. And the show is so generic. It's like it's just a slapstick, like Tom and Jerry type thing, but Bunnicula wasn't slapstick. But you know, it being a book, the book's humor was in the dialogue. Like,
yeah,
I
agree.
I still remember so many jokes from Bunnicula because, like, the dog is so dumb and the cat just is so done with his dumbassery in so many lines.
Sorry, guys. I'll get back to drawing in a second.
No, take 5. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I mean, look what you fucking made. Like, you should take 5.
Yeah, just feeling a bit. Yeah, just feeling a bit off right now. That's all.
The Duckman was great.
Duckman is a great show.
Duckman is fantastic. They're calling Big Hero 6 Disney 16. I don't know. 16 is a better show.
16, gonna find a way when you're growing up.
You like the Bunnicula show, Chris. Well, that checks out, Matthew.
I will... Hold on one second. I'm just gonna go get more water.
Go right ahead. You remember the Lightyear animated film? Specifically not the recent one. They had a show for it.
Oh, shoot.
You mean Buzz Lightyear at Star Command?
I just had a weird unlocked memory. So I remember the same studio that did 16 and Total Drama. They made another show, I think it's about like surfing, but I don't remember what it was called.
Stoked.
Yeah, that's it. That didn't last long.
Yeah, I think it had 2 seasons.
Oh, that's more than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember what
Sherlock
station
Holmes,
aired on.
the
Was that a
22nd century. I remember that one. That show it needs to be seen to be believed. Cyberpunk Sherlock Holmes. That's all I need to sell you on. What else is chat saying? Fetch with Rough Ruffman. I remember that.
I almost got to be on Fetch with Rough Ruffman.
I think you've told me this story, but tell the audience.
So the thing is that when I was a kid, like the prime age for Fetch to be out, I was near where they were filming the show and they were holding auditions. And I almost got into an audition for it. But the thing is that they were like, hey, you have to be living in Boston during the school season, even though they filmed it during summer vacation. Mm-hmm. And so I asked, like, hey, I asked my parents, can I just, transfer schools for one, like, just so I could do this? And they said no. Bastard. And that made me say, yeah, bastards.
You could have been on Rough Ruffman, goddammit.
I could have been on Rough Ruffman. I won't. That could have been my origin story.
You could have been in a Defunct Land video.
I could have been in a Defunct Land video. Also, like, it would have just been amazing.
Oh my god.
I could be the good version of when you look up Butch Hartman and the first time he was on TV, it was for a game show. Yeah, people, if you ever want to see what, like, super young Butch Hartman is, he was on a game show.
Cool. Also, cool. I posted something in the chat in here. Uh-huh. I found it by complete accident, and it's kind of beautiful.
Because lemon is an actual color, Lizzie.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
You proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Chrissy, you know from what I told you what being known for a thing is like. I mean, yeah, but it'd be funny.
The memory of being overshadowed by a guy with mic issues still feels weird. Is there a story behind this, Duck?
Oh, so there's a YouTuber named Quackity. And
yeah.
He did those Discord talent shows, right?
Yeah.
Duck was on one. And he was on one, and then the person, like, right after him had, like, a really shitty fucking mic, and all the comment sections were about the guy with the shitty mic.
We're about the guy immediately after him.
So, yes, Duck got overshadowed by a guy with mic issues.
Sorry,
The fucking Wendy's drive-thru overtook him.
I like Wendy's.
That's great, Liz.
I
Alright,
like
so
burgers.
the next thing is under Rosika.
Oh, it was before him, apparently, not after.
Oh, before. That's even worse.
That is worse.
How do you follow up on that?
Oh, I should say, so I have, in my apartment, I have a breakfast bar where the kitchen and the living room connect. And I've been decorating for Halloween, just putting a bunch of decorative, unique stuff on the breakfast bar. And recently, my brother just handed me a bunch of shit that was in his garage. That he's like, here, I don't need this anymore, you take it. And one of them was a sealed VHS, like a screener VHS copy of Archie's Weird Mysteries.
You have to give that to me right now.
It's the one, the one they market as like an individual like movie, the vampire one.
Yes.
But it is specifically a screener tape. Like it says all over it, like
what is it supposed to be? Did they expect it to get an Emmy? Like what were they trying?
No. Like a screener, as in you play in store. Like you would play it.
Oh, like a Blockbuster only tape.
Well, no, it's because it's not available to the public. It's you play it. When you had a video store, you had screener tapes you played so that it would play on all the TVs that were in the store.
Yeah.
There's actually a picture of one here. This is what I have. I, of course, because the shrink wrap was so fucking deteriorated.
Also, yes, people, before you ask, this is my friend Mal in all of her different friend lock forms. This was a commission that someone wanted for flat color, so we're gonna do the inking and coloring now.
Fun fact, Archie is played by Elder Price.
So why do you have this question?
God damn it.
Haven't been any other time I'd remember Andrew Reynolds.
Yes, Lizzie, Andrew Reynolds.
If you guys
played Archie.
It took me a second because his name escaped for a second.
If you guys wanted to know why you briefly heard why do good girls like bad guys, Gerber sent me a fucking one man, one jar meme using that song.
Oh.
Why?
Bad
Thanks,
guys
bud.
jump scare.
Why do good girls like bad guys?
I propose a question to the chat because 'tis the season, Halloween. I'm going to propose
Proposing?
2 Halloween questions. What?
I'm so happy for you. You proposed. Anyways, what's your question to the chat?
I felt like Oral's dad with that blank stare about the detergent.
Oh, I was thinking of the one from the
you're thinking about the
episode
one where he's not giving the money?
where he's like, no, that's the thing. I gave it all to a homeless man.
Wait, what made you guys laugh so hard?
Oral makes us laugh. Anyway, so
I've never seen Oral.
have you ever seen those old microwave Hot Bites chicken nuggets ads that feature a young Gilbert Gottfried from '87? I have seen so many TV commercials with Gottfried, like where he played a smoke alarm, where he was an irate Ziploc user, which is still my favorite.
These veggies are rotten.
These veggies smell rotten. Gilbert Gottfried is.
See, yeah, okay, Chris, let me pitch something to you.
Pitch it.
NPC stream.
Uh-huh.
as Gilbert Gottfried.
That I would do. 100%.
Ice cream, so good.
Is there like if there was that's the thing is like I feel like Gottfried, anything where people's like that's in poor taste, it was Gottfried. The man was all about bad taste. Where people are like, oh, you can't start imitating him on like, yes I can. He wouldn't care. He would think it was funny. The man made tsunami jokes. Like, you think he's gonna care?
Aristocrats, like, come on.
Like, come on. The aristocrats is all about just committing heinous acts of sexual assault. You know, like you honestly think Gilbert Gottfried's like, oh, I hope he doesn't imitate me for financial gain. Knowing him, he'd be like, I'm dead. Do what you want to. I respect the hustle. I was in all the Problem Child movies.
Oh my god, I forgot.
I was the Eugene Levy of Problem Child. I'm in all of them. But now I'm not. Because I'm dead.
I was the Angelina
Jolie's dad
of the Baby Genius movies.
I was... That's how you know fucking... Oh god, now I'm blanking on his name. Now I'm just thinking of that.
I just had to spit out my
Voight,
coffee.
John Voight.
Oh, I just had to spit out my coffee because you'd be like, now I can't remember.
Now I can't remember his name. I know him as Angelina Jolie's dad. I think, is he dead? I don't know. The man made a 9/11 joke
alive.
like 1 year. No, dude, it wasn't even 1 year. I think it was like the same month. Because he famously did it for the Hugh Hefner roast. And, you know, the audience did not respond to it. And they were like, yeah, we're going to cut this from the official broadcast. And to save face, he just told an aristocrat joke because that's our Gottfried.
Oh, but God, that made me laugh way too hard of you being like, wait, no, I can't remember. Damn it.
VR chat has a Gilbert model. It does? Oh. I wonder, does Snapchat have a Gottfried face filter? Like, if someone could make that, oh god, I would. That's like the only form of AI I support is just like, you know, face swap shit for, well, not, you know what I mean, like for stupid shit like this, not for actual,
not for like the dangerous,
not
kind
for
of
malice.
fakes.
Like to me in this case, like, well, the man's dead. I don't think there's a like.
No one's gonna be like, wait, he's not dead anymore. It's not an Elvis situation where there's still people who think he's alive.
Nah, he's pretty dead. I deal's a deal. Quickly, Charlie, get on. I find it so beautiful that was his last performance was as God, which is just one giant pun.
No,
I am not counting the fucking fan-made Mario Kart thing. They bought it off Cameo. That's not a performance.
I was more saying
to
Family
be fair,
Guy.
it's a way to go.
That doesn't count either.
How does that not count? Just because you don't like it?
That doesn't count. Well, because it's just him. Like, God was a character. He played God.
Okay. Okay, so
I'd rather his last performance officially be God in Smiling Friends than Stewie's alternate personality in Family Guy.
I hate to be actuallys here. There's two things coming out this year that he actually has voice roles in, because he just recorded a shit ton. He's gonna be in Mortal Kombat Legends cage match.
Huh.
And he's in an episode of The Royal Crackers, which is an Adult Swim show.
I still want to hear. I still want to hear Gilbert Gottfried say like fatality.
Well, no, that exists. There's a video of.
What?
There's a video that IGN made where they just had Gilbert Gottfried say a bunch of famous video game lines. They even had him do the whole like monologue from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh my god.
Yes, but yes, his final role when he was alive, like one that he could see be played on TV, was Smiling Friends.
Gilbert Garfield. I hate Mondays. Remember, folks, I will say anything in Gottfried's voice if you donate $5 to Chrissy's Ko-Fi or Streamlabs. Especially since that'll take, not as a slight, but that'll take less time than a commission.
That is true. One is just saying
Yeah.
words.
It's just saying words, and I give full consent. You can record these and use them for your own selfish needs.
You'll ever know what Gilbert Garfield is? Do you people even know how to... I have never seen a man so famous, yet no one can ever spell his name correctly. I have seen so many Godfrey, like Godfrey. I'm like, that's not... That's like
It's
a
like
phonetic spelling.
It's like pronouncing
Unless
Guy
it's
Fieri.
literally
Guy Fieri.
No, it's Fieri.
I am Gilbert Guy Fieri.
This.
what's
Welcome to
the fuck-
Flavor
what's his-
Town.
What's his fucking... Oh, that was...
Welcome to Flavor Town. Population me.
Now, can you do? This is diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Drivers, dine-ins, and what?
Dives.
Dives.
This is fuck. Hold on. Hold on. This is diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Gilbert Gottfried analog horror is a thing. It is? Oh. How is this voice not killing you, Chris? You would be... believe it or not, the Gilbert Gottfried voice does not strain my throat. The only voice that has any, like, issue with my throat is actually Kermit the Frog. But that's because I have to tighten my throat muscles to do it, and doing that for too long, it can be...
You're just choking yourself.
Pretty much.
At a certain point, you're just choking yourself.
Yes.
You're just...
Well, you'd have to pay for it, Wolfhead. I'm not... in a very good...
I ain't reading all that.
But if you pay, yeah, absolutely. But you have to send a transcript. I ain't fucking watching a video finding 1 point. Transcripts only, people. I work with scripts.
And give me money.
Yes, give Chrissy money. Give her money. I give you
Gilbert.
entertaining Gottfried. But yes,
Put
the
the
Halloween
Gilbert in the bag.
Put it in.
But it's not Tuesday, Gilbert.
I lose. But it's not Tuesday, Gilbert. Tartar sauce.
They're all Gottfried. All of SpongeBob is just Gottfried.
What are you invertebrates doing? We don't know. Hey, Gilbert, do you know what time it is? Yeah, Gilbert, it's,
Look,
time
I'm just
for
saying.
you to find some other game to play.
I'm just... Look, Chris, I am just telling you,
Yes.
if you did that,
Yes.
it would become so viral.
I've considered doing Gottfried stuff on TikTok. Like, I would like to get a Gottfried puppet.
You know what you should do? You should make an account where they do, like how people like freeboot episodes of shows on TikTok and then there's Subway Surfers on the bottom or whatever. Do that, but you've redubbed all the clips with Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
Chris, Duck
Yeah,
said something in chat.
I saw.
Okay. Gilbert meets Luffy. Somebody said
Gilbert
Gilbert
meets
meets Luffy in the chat.
But like it's just so like fucking I'm just imagining someone scrolling through TikTok and then you see like a SpongeBob or a South Park clip or something. But every voice is Gilbert Gottfried, they're gonna be like, what the hell? And because of that, you'll get the engagement. It's just... It needs to also have that music that every fucking TikTok seems to have when they freeboot content that's just like dun 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 da, da.
I'm Gilbert Gottfried, and I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Gotta go. Nami is played by Fran Drescher. Oh, Straw Hat Pirates.
Now we have two obnoxious Jews in one piece.
The aristocrats. cracks.
That's what happens with something when there's just pregnant pause. You just go,
Aristocrats!
there's actually recordings that exist. They've never been released, but I did do We Are Number One as Gilbert Gottfried once.
Mm.
Never
Sounds
released
like
it.
mustard.
Mr.
We know,
Sheffield,
Lizzie.
I ate the gum fruit.
What kind of gum devil fruit did you eat?
Norm Macdonald as Tony Chopper. Hey, Louie. Just imagine that when he's in like when he's in like the not what's the opposite of bipedal? Four-legged.
Yeah,
when he's in four-legged form.
The feral
Like, that's
form.
the feral. When he's in the feral form, he's like he's just Norm.
That's more Lois Griffin than I was doing. Fran.
You
Drescher.
are aware that like, which is funny because there was like a Family Guy episode where Fran.
Yeah, where
Drescher
Fran Drescher plays Lois because their voices are like
very similar.
I'm pretty sure Alex Bornstein used Fran as a voice inspiration.
I would not be surprised.
Because I want people to be assured, Lois's voice is not Alex's actual voice. I hope people know this.
I was gonna say it is important to me that you know this.
Watch Bad Guys or Marvelous Miss Maisel because that's the sad thing. Alex is such a fantastic actress. I love her
Mad
so much.
TV, baby. That's where I saw her.
I'm glad she's been getting roles in other things. Like her in Marvelous Miss Maisel is amazing.
Yeah,
Wait,
Lizzie
hold on. You
loves her
said
in
bad guys?
Yeah, she's the
police
Zenigata.
You know, the one you want to step on you.
No, I want her to hold my hand.
Oh, fucking shut up.
Anyways, but no, I was doing Fran, not Gilbert. I can't do a Gilbert. I don't think,
I'm the Gilbert!
yeah, like no one can do, barely anyone.
Fun fact, I did the Gilbert voice not long ago to Don Bluth, who famously had Gilbert Gottfried in Thumbelina.
Yeah, beautiful baby.
Rest assured, he was very impressed because I met him with Tia, who, if you guys know, the reason Tia and I met was because of my Gottfried impression, because she has a thing for Berkeley Beetle, the character he played in Thumbelina. And
Yeah.
we met Don Bluth. She brought her own Berkeley Beetle print that she had drawn.
I think Lizzie is telling her mom that Alex Bornstein is in Bad Guys.
What's happening right now?
I can hear it.
So we met him, and he's looking at the piece, the art, and because Tia's kind of modest, I guess, I had to be the one to go like, she drew this, and he just had like this glowing look in his eyes. We went, you drew this? It's so good.
Aww.
And then of course I did the voice. And then he goes, and look, you have the voice too. Don Bluth is a wonderful man. I hope
That's great.
if you ever are if there's a convention near you that Don Bluth, because he's doing a lot of conventions right now. If he shows up at one of your conventions, do not miss the opportunity.
You only got so many years left, man.
Unfortunately, that's the thing. It's why T and I said, honey, we have to see Don Bluth because he's not getting any younger. He means a lot to our childhood. We have to meet Don Bluth. We woke up at I think like, Chrissy, you remember this. We woke up at like 6 a.m. so we could get there.
Well, yeah,
early.
because the thing is that he was only going to be doing autographs for one day until they were like, oopsie doopsies. So we're going to do a second day.
Yeah, because we didn't anticipate the demand. Like, you didn't anticipate it's
Don Bluth.
You have to. It's like when Tim Curry started doing stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't think there'd be this many." He doesn't do conventions. It's like that episode of South Park when Cartman buys the theme park, and the reason he gets like record-breaking business is because he withholds people from going to it for so long. Mm-hmm. That's because they're barred from going. It increases the demand, but. It's the same thing. It's like if a person is it's not to diss people who do this for a living, like Steve Bloom and such, but it does get to a point of like when they're doing every convention, it's not as special because, I can see them at any convention. But when it's people like Tim Curry or Don Bluth who have systemically never really done conventions, well, then there's going to be more demand. It's like, well, what are the odds, especially at that time, because Tim Curry had a stroke and Don Bluth is like 90, I think. It's like time is ticking for these guys. If you want to meet them, you have to meet them now. So
Yeah.
everyone's going to fork over the money to do so. It's also why I remember having that disagreement with Max about prices for celebrity autographs. Where it's like, well, the reason they have to do that is, it's a combination of they know their worth, but also it's a security measure to reduce lines. Because if Tom Holland's at a convention, it's not just, oh, he's Spider-Man. No, he's the Spider-Man right now. He's the Spider-Man in some of the highest grossing films of all time. That's gonna be a long ass fucking line because he's fucking Spider-Man. He should be charging hundreds of dollars for autographs because that's gonna dissuade people who don't have that kind of money to spend, or like, I'm not gonna spend $300 to wait in line. It decreases the line and therefore reduces the risk of a fire hazard.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I get frustrated. I love Max, but sometimes I wish you'd get a second opinion before you say something, because there's usually more to it than that. It's not always.
I mean, I told
black
him
and
the
white.
second opinion. Doesn't mean he listens.
Touche.
But what was it? Sorry, my brain is still reeling of the Straw Hat Pirates with Norm Macdonald, Fran Drescher, and Gilbert Gottfried. I'm trying to think who would be
He's
the other
made
characters.
of rubber. How did that happen? Yo ho ho! He took a bite of gum.
I'm trying to think of other of those types of actors to get.
Bob
'Cause-
Saget.
Who would Bob Saget be? Would he be
Sanji.
No, I don't know if he would be Sanji.
Yeah, you don't want him to be Sanji, honey.
I'm trying to. It's mostly because I'm trying to think of a British actor for Sanji.
Stephen Merchant. Oh wait, no, that makes him more sexy for you.
No, so Stephen Merchant's in there as a little like mantis man. Who would be Zorro? That's good. That one's good.
I mean, maybe that would be Bob Saget.
If Bob Saget was Zorro, he would do the joke that one of the swords is just between his cheeks.
Luffy!
Luffy! Wait, is it the chop fruit that the clown eats?
Yes. Buggy the clown.
Yeah, that Buggy eats. Mr. Sheffield, Brighton ate the chop fruit. No, even worse. Mr. Sheffield, Niles gave Mrs. Babcock the chop fruit.
And Buggy is fucking Robin Williams. He's just like, whoa, whoa.
Chop.
Oh, chop. Oh. I fucking hate this. I still have to sit down and watch the live action One Piece.
It's so good.
That's the thing, is that my worries have been set aside so much because I've just heard so many good things. But I was like, I need to just actually sit down and watch it. I have, my home theater is practically, it's like 98% set up. The other 2% is making it a 7-1 and not a 5-1.
Oh, God. Love it. And now the members of 4Kids will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see?
Why?
The dog!
By the dawn's holy light.
I love that every time people talk about that, they always mention, why did Splinter go so hard for his verse?
And the rockets are red glare.
Who voiced him?
I don't know, because that was the...
That was the 2003 Ninja Turtles.
Let's see. 2003 TMNT. Let's see. Our cast
Oh, that explains it.
Who is it?
It was Darren Dunstan,
Who?
Maximilian Pegasus, and also he's a Broadway actor. So a theater kid.
So he would go
I can't believe
hard.
Splinter's a theater
He
kid.
absolutely would. remember, because Four Kids was based in New York, they had a lot of Broadway and off-Broadway actors in their productions.
Andrew Rannells as a big example.
Yep, Andrew Rannells, Darren Dunstan. God.
Wait, where do I
Mr.
send the
Yuji
money?
Naka is
Ko-fi?
okay.
Yes, send it to my Ko-fi. Wolfhead, send it to me. Me, Chrissy,
Yeah,
me.
Send the Ko-fi to Chrissy, and then send me the transcript. And I will read it.
And then Chris will give you a nice hard kiss on the mouth.
That I am not doing.
All my friends have been mad
And
at me
then
because
Chris
I
will
keep
take a
saying,
shit right here on stream.
"Oh, live." My friends have all been mad at me because they keep being like, "Chrissy, why do you keep saying that that people are gonna kiss each other hard on the mouth? Why does it have to be hard?"
I mean, I completely understand them being, upset about that.
What? No, come on.
What? That's not consensual, Chrissy.
Where's the
You're
love?
saying Here, have a fat beagle.
Look, my thing is,
I said have a fat beagle.
aww, he's fat.
Kind of Shizu.
Yeah.
He needs
I
to.
want a Shizu.
He needs to lose some weight.
No, he doesn't. Look at him. He's donkey.
No, see, here, to explain myself to people, is someone, like, brushing their teeth?
Hold on, officer, I can explain. And it's just Lizzie's feedback.
Okay, it sounds like teeth brushing.
Oh, I'm following my nail. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was saying that I think it's just a really funny threat to be like, if you don't do this thing, I'm gonna kiss you hard on the mouth.
You would think that.
Because I think it's just and obviously I don't say this to strangers. I say this to people I know.
Let's do a poll. Hard kisses or soft kisses, says Wolfhead.
Okay.
Alright. We got so distracted with Gottfried stuff, I never proposed my fucking Halloween question. So anyway, Halloween question for the chat. List your favorite Halloween specials.
From TV shows, so not standalone Halloween movies. Like are they specials from specials from TV shows?
Yes. So no movies. Movies would be a whole separate thing. And I'll ask
mine's easy. I don't know these boo-ha-ha.
Boo-ha-ha.
Boo-ha-ha is
Well,
really
it's
good.
one
though.
of the best Halloween. It really is.
It's up there.
Well, I think what gets me is like the every so often in a special, Ed will have like a vision what's going on that's presented in like a B movie style, and it's really cool to see that.
Yeah.
Mine would be Treehouse of Horror 5, Garfield's Halloween Adventure, Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween.
Jacked Up Halloween is very good.
It really is. I feel like there's a couple more I could think of that I like, because I have to see them every year, sort of thing. Oh, Scary Godmother, obviously.
That's one, but does that one count? Because it's...
Yeah, that's a special.
Oh, I thought we were saying that they had to be specials from TV shows.
Well, as in TV specials, they don't have to be
Then
from
yeah,
a TV
Scary Godmother.
show.
Yeah, Scary Godmother's high up there.
The distinction is they're not movies. They're not theatrically released.
So
or
no Hocus
marketed.
Pocus. Like,
Yeah, no Hocus Pocus, no Nightmare on Elm Street, or anything like that.
Does a Disney
one
Channel
thing-
movie count?
Oh, that is a good question.
Because I would love to put Halloween Town on there.
I mean, I'll allow it because it's televised. Yeah.
Something I know about the Fairy Godmother book, picture books is that like they are wild from what I've heard.
They are. I actually found out the author of Scary Godmother sells an official Scary Godmother doll.
Excuse me?
I don't mean plush. I mean like a doll, and I think I need one.
You gotta post a picture right now. Hello?
Okay.
fun fact to the pony people watching: Scary Godmother and the girl, what's her name?
Oh my god!
I just watched the special. How come I don't remember her name? It's Scary Godmother and Hannah.
Yeah, that is Tabitha St. Germain and Britt McKillop, otherwise known as Rarity and Princess Cadence.
And also, for One Piece fans, if you've ever seen One Piece Strong World, which Chrissy will remember because it's the one with the farty shoes clown.
Yeah, and the guy with swords for feet.
Yes, that's Shiki, the main villain. Now, this is the important thing. Shiki is voiced by Scott McNeil, Canadian voice actor, who is Scully Pettibone, and Orson, I think his name is, the vampire.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Orson.
It's Orson.
And oh my god, I discovered there's like a whole side of TikTok that is people who, act out scenes from Scary Godmother or cosplay the characters. Mr. Pettibone was a lot of people's gay awakening, I'll tell you that much.
Wait, Scott McNeil is Mr. Pettibone, right?
Show.
Yes, he is. The gay skeleton.
The skeleton in your closet.
Does everyone have a skeleton in their closet? Almost everyone.
They knew exactly what they were doing with that.
Honey, if you read the comics, it's not even like
It's
vague.
not.
He is their gay friend, and he makes them like mimosas and shit. He is so fucking gay, and it's great.
Oh, that reminds me. The other day I actually had my first mimosa.
Did you have it on a fucking plane?
No. I went to a bunch at the park in my downtown area, and it was yummy.
The monster under the bed is played by Gary Chalk, who I think also.
No, that's the Wolfman.
No, he's both, honey.
Wait, what?
You are aware that voice actors can play more than one character, right?
No, but that's it's just like it's. No, because like I'm so used to him sounding more like a Grounder, because like the Wolfman is basically just his Grounder voice. I'm not used to his other top voices.
But Bugaboo is just his Optimus Primal voice with a little more stern to it.
To also state stuff from Scott McNeil. Again, another pony thing. He's Flam of the Flim Flam Brothers.
Yeah.
And
Flim
in
was Sam
Scooby-Doo 2
Vincent.
Monsters Unleashed, he's the voice that the villain is before the villain gets unmasked. He's evil masked figure.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Canadian actors in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. I'm pretty sure they felt. Can you stop filing your nails so close to your neck?
Sorry.
Did you know that the voice of SpongeBob also voices Ice King? Shocker.
Oh my god, I never knew that. Anyway,
Mystery Incorporated. Your nightmares will become real. He's the same guy who does most people have skeletons in their closet. I love the range.
almost everyone. I mean,
Like-
he's just doing like
He's he's doing
he's doing like a, I would say, a hybrid of like Paul Lind and Edwin.
Yes.
Yeah, Edwin with that yeah, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that voice, but they don't.
Yeah.
It's gone to that point where people don't know where it actually originates.
So, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you enjoy the show?
That is one of the funniest jokes. And I'm so glad that it's picking up steam of like people being like, wait a minute.
I had it on while I was doing housework, and that joke came on, and I fucking cried laughing. And I'm just like, man, no one else is laughing in the movie, but that's one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life.
It's also the confidence of how it's said. Like,
So other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how'd you enjoy the show?
See?
It has the same energy, like the whole scene has the same energy as Scudworth being like, so, religion's for fools, eh?
Fools
and liberals.
Come on, people, name your favorite Halloween specials.
Also,
I only see Ed and Eddie Boo-ha-ha.
I've been playing the new Clone High for Max, and I'm very happy that every person I have shown the Clone High reboot to all fucking die laughing when Scudworth goes, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah.
Because it's so unexpected.
I love how visceral he screams it. Like, it's just so...
Yeah, it's like he's talking to his staff at Across the Spider-Verse.
No, that was the other one. Wait.
No, it wasn't,
that's
honey.
Phil.
Oh, wait, that's Phil?
Yeah.
Yes, Chris Miller is JFK and Butlertron.
Oh. Well, hopefully, unlike most people, he'll learn not to do that again. I don't know, I have actual faith in him. But then again, my faith has been broken before.
You gotta have faith. Yeah, you gotta have faith. Anyway, so my favorite Halloween specials. I love the first SpongeBob one with him.
Oh, that's my brain.
I've come for your pickle.
I've come for your pickle. I've come for your pickle.
I've come for your pickle.
I've come for your pickle.
Fine, this is my part.
No, it's just
Yes, SpongeBob
her saying
Halloween.
that to Mr. Sheffield, and then you just hear the whole audience go, "Woo!" And then Niall says something catty.
Name the rest of your favorites.
I don't usually like the show. But the first Fairly Odd Parents Halloween special is actually very good.
I remember the song from it.
Weird and scary. But like, I love that. It was one of my favorite uses of the whole Wish thing of like, oh, everyone, turning into their Halloween costumes. I think it was a very good concept. But that was also early Fairly Odd Parents where it was still actually pretty decent. Cartoon Network wise, I mean, Ed and Eddie Boo-ha-ha is one of the best ones. Like, let's be real here.
It genuinely is.
You know what's weird is that I'm trying to think of Halloween episodes of Scooby-Doo, and it's very hard for me to think of them, even though Scooby-Doo is just Halloween. Well, the thing is, they did have ones. I know that the Scooby-Doo show had like a Halloween one that had the Headless Horseman in it, and it was an episode with Scooby-Dum. Halloween episodes of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, the Halloween Hassle at Dracula's Castle and the Headless Horseman of Halloween. It lists Ghoul School, but that's not a special. I guess it was a TV movie, so. But that's not really Halloween, it's just spooky little characters. I could say Goblin King's more of a Halloween movie than that, and I hate Goblin King. Trying to think of other ones. There's so... Oh! The Smiling Friends Halloween episode is really good.
It is.
Yo, is that Blackface Man? No, I'm actually a demon.
Don't go across the rickety bridge.
Because you got lost!
My favorite thing is that they just incorporated Mark M's actual weird shtick of slipping into a southern accent for no reason into that character. Because that's just the thing he does.
Wait, is Mark Meat Canyon's real name?
No, it's not Meat Canyon. It's Sick Animation.
Sick Animation. Meat Canyon's never been in Smiling Friends yet.
What did I think he was?
The only connection is that Zach was in one Meat Canyon video where he played Humpty Dumpty. That's the only connection.
Why did I think that was Meat Canyon?
Because at that point, like, also, like, I mean, Meat Canyon has a voice that would work in Smiling Friends, especially when he goes into a deep voice, just like...
Justin!
Have you seen the face of God?
I mean, it would work.
It would work. But no, Meat Canyon's not been involved with Smiling Friends yet. But the Smiling Friends one is really good. Oh, this barely counts as a Halloween episode, but the Willie Nelson episode of Aqua Teen is really funny.
That is a great one.
And it does take place on Halloween.
I'll count it. It's one of my favorites. Who's this, your frickin' mother?
You know, Willie
How many
Nelson.
TVs have you
No
broken?
relation.
Not the Willie Nelson.
Not
But my
the
name
Willie
is Willie Nelson.
I love Greg Sharpling so much.
The
He has
fact
such a-
that now retroactively people will be like, is that fucking Greg Universe? Like, yeah.
Like
It is.
retroactively, people are like, "Wait, it's the two DeMayo cousins." Because
Yeah.
there's been the same thing with Adventure Time, because there's an adventure. Because in Adventure Time, Greg Sharpling plays Jermaine, who is Finn and Jake's brother. And one of the demons that Jermaine kind of keeps in the house is played by the actor who plays Greg's manager in Steven Universe, Marty. So there's just episodes of Adventure Time where you just hear Marty and Greg be roommates. I love that. But yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I have to read this to you. So, like anything, I just start going down rabbit holes of whatever I'm talking about. So I'm on the Smiling Friends wiki for Mr. Boss.
Yes.
And I was scrolling down reading the trivia, and you know, in most wikis, right under trivia is references.
Yes.
And there's one citation for references. Do you know what this citation says?
What does the citation
What?
say?
The citation says, normal people eat spaghetti while sitting down. I just thought that was the funniest thing. Standing with spaghetti, the evil.
That's unusual.
I need to know, what is it citing for? He is seen walking around the halls while messily eating a plate of spaghetti.
Yeah, that's from the Mr. Frog episode.
Yep, they specifically cite in Mr. Frog he's seen walking around the halls.
But why is that trivia? Most
Because
people
apparently it's
say
that he has a habit of switching to a deadpan yet menacing southern accent out of nowhere, seemingly for the sake of making his coworkers mildly uncomfortable. No, he just does that because that's just a thing Mark does. Like, if you watch any sick animations, that's just... Mark just does that because he thinks it's funny.
It just...
Normal people sit down when they eat spaghetti and meatballs.
Cause they'll get lost! God. That is the most non... I remember we looked at trivias for some movie on IMDb, and we were just astounded by the reaches sometimes they would have for a trivia thing. It's like, here's a piece of trivia. In True Blue, there's the color blue. Did you know?
Is there a reason Saw X is getting so many good reviews?
Because it's a good movie.
But how? How is the 10th one the good one?
I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Grow up.
I don't know. I guess when you go through
31.
so many when you go through so many disappointments, anything of quality is good.
Okay. Wolfhead has given me the thing to read.
Hold on. I need to see if Wolfhead gave the money to read it.
Yes, as soon as he gives you the cha-ching.
You know, you gotta have the scratch if you want to get the batch.
I have never heard that phrase before, but I like it.
I made it up.
Oh. Well, there we go, folks.
Or we'll let the world hit you where the Lord split you. You okay there, bud?
Yeah.
Are you
Perfectly
sure?
fine. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, I just realized it's an egg.
It is egg.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you saying?
Chris, you
Shut the
keep
fuck
me
up
around.
to?
This is your fault.
Lizzie.
Lizzie didn't do
Look,
anything.
I call Azuma
You're
Roll
like-
an egg. I
you're
made an
like-
appropriate comment.
You're like Peter when he's on steroids and he's just like, it's like, Peter, you want any more potatoes? Ah, damn it, Meg!
Damn it, Meg! Yeah.
Meg, clean that up. Go to your room, but clean that up first.
This is true. Lizzie is the scapegoat.
And you are the roided Peter.
Chris, it's Chris, it's your fault. You're the one who keeps me around.
That is
See,
true.
don't try and make it justifiable to bully you.
Okay.
See what I mean?
This is why we keep her in the cage. You people question
escaped
us, and
the
then
cage.
this happens.
Anyway,
The real twist is that we were in the cornfield all along.
I'm gonna read this piece.
Okay.
I'm moving different. I'm a dog. We smoking symbiotes. Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian for Burger Deluxe Mega Million Scratcher Skunk Bubba Kush. I'm on 12 Vicodins.
What?
I don't know. There's more. I paused because I'm trying to figure out how this word is pronounced. Looks like sequoia. I'm looking it up. Sequoia. All right.
Smoking Sequoia Banshee Boogers. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Georgetown Geronimos. I'm on them Nashville Nibblers. I'll have to stunt on them next time. I don't give a fuck if I go blind. I don't need to see the price tag anyways. Welcome to the Cream Kingdom, bitch! Open up! Reach for my neck! You'll get turned into an example. Y'all gotta stop playing with me, man! Motherfucker looked like a Resident Evil campaign extra after he was done with him. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. If I had $1 for every time they said I gave a shit, I'd be broke 'cause I don't give a shit. I balled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll fucking kill you.
The fuck was that?
I don't fucking know.
Is there more?
No, that's it. That was it. I need a drink and a pizza.
All right, Wolfhead, pay up. You didn't get that for free. Audio gone? What are you talking about? The audio's fine. No one was talking. Too quiet? What do you mean too quiet? We just stopped talking for 1 minute.
Wolfhead is cancelled.
Hey, thank you, Wolfhead. That was only hilarious to me, and that's the way I prefer it. What was that video? What was it from? It was obviously from something.
Whew.
I know this is a black color, but I'll add a little shadow. Oh, God. Dracula Flow 3. Huh.
Okay.
Well, thank you for the $10
someone
super
just-
chat. Been a while since I did this. Can't give much. Need to pay off credit card. Well, thank you, Devin. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We appreciate anything that can be given because you are all wonder people that don't have to do this, but you do. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Peeper?
Dr. Peepers.
Dr.
Dr.
Peepers. Dr. Pebby. Dr. Pibby.
Ah,
What?
Hebby.
Yeah. She's mourning the loss of Pibby.
It is a cause to work.
Oh, someone dollar billed. Oh, no, it's just that the super chat came through on
The super
Streamlabs.
chat was late.
The super chat also, I've changed it that super chat has the same noise as a Streamlabs donation. So it's both dollar bills. For the sake of fairness.
You know, I have just one more art commitment I need to finish, and then I can finally work on a ToonTuber.
Hooray! Hooray!
Hooray!
And there we go. That's done.
Huzzah!
Ugh.
Take 5.
Oh, I want to post something in here. I'm just going to.
Sorry, my stomach's just hurting real bad.
Watch it when you can. It's beautiful. Oh shoot, my computer's about to fall. Oh, okay, phew. In the stand you go.
Okay. Well, guys, we've done a lot of... We did 2, like, pretty complex commissions, and people donated, even though no one donated with the request for a commission, except for Crystal, but that's, like, an actual commission. So, let's end part 2 now, and then we can continue this weekend or something, because I will be gone on Thursday doing some stuff with Lauren. But how about we schedule a part 3 date for Saturday or Sunday, babies? My stream chat, you wonderful people. We are getting through the queue.
Fair.
We are getting through the queue, and it is good and it is cool. But I need to go lie down, because I'm not feeling good. But thank you all for your generosity this stream. It was really fun. There should be a 3 Idiots on Saturday, which will be cool. And, yeah. We will do another gaming stream soon. It won't just be Doodle donation streams all the time, I promise. But yeah, till then, everyone, you guys